Almost 7 o'clock on a Thursday, and we got the members-only chat rolling. Now, make no mistake about it, you can watch this show if you're not a member, so don't worry if you're not a member, obviously. You're still able to watch the show. It's just a members-only chat, so it's focused on the members in the chat. And, of course, if you really want to, you can actually still donate live, so you can use Streamlabs pinned in the description box down below, or you can use Streamlabs, the link, which I will put in the chat, and Nightbot will also put in the chat throughout the night as well. If you do want to donate, feel free to do that. Obviously, be a big help to the show if you want to donate, but you don't have to. It's a members-only stream, really. That's what it's about. But you can do either one. I've got a few things that I'm going to go over. Usually these members-only streams last anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, somewhere in there. And, I'm just going to read anything from the members in a little bit. But first, we're going to just go into the NXT and AEW ratings and a couple of the news stories. And then I'll be, reading the chat as well. Also want to say, man, thank you guys who have always supported me on Facebook because, wow, the Facebook hit 4,000 followers. Finally, we'd been at 3,900 something for a long time, and we did it. We finally made it to the top. So pretty happy about that. Pretty crazy. 4,000 likes on Facebook. Over 4,000 followers on Facebook. That's really cool. So I think part of it is because I started doing, I started adding video content to Facebook a little while back, and it's done really well. So a lot of good additions have happened as far as Facebook goes. So pretty happy about that. If anybody wants to join tonight and you're listening, you want to come on for 10, 20, 30 minutes, whatever, I might put you on. Feel free to do that. We may be back late tonight, Thursday night, with another stream. I don't know. If not, that's okay. We'll be here tomorrow. But I do know that we are doing this members stream for the next 20 minutes to an hour, and we'll see where it takes us. But I do want to get into the ratings right away. First off, because interesting, but not really. Because the AEW Dynamite viewership did increase again slightly. So they've been crawling back upwards a little bit. And we often report on how bad AEW has been doing. But it's, important to really get into when they start climbing up too, because there's something there. WrestleNomics really breaking it down. A couple other sites breaking it down. Let's turn the music off. We don't need it anymore. What's up, everybody? Hope your Thursday's doing good. Doing well? I don't know. I got my Data shirt on. Pretty pumped about that. The viewership is up from last week when they did 600,000 viewers. And we talked about how the last couple of weeks, last 4 to 5 weeks for AEW have been pretty good, like better. Like, I wouldn't say that it's that much better. It's probably better by a 0.5 or a 1 point. So if AEW had been a 4 or 5 out of 10, I think recently it's jumped up to a 5.5 or a 6.5 out of 10. And, we had not seen that reflected in the ratings whatsoever yet. But now you are seeing that finally reflecting in the ratings a little bit. Of course, we're coming off a pay-per-view week, which usually any wrestling show coming off of a pay-per-view Sunday night, you would expect the ratings to slightly tick up a little bit, and they did by 28,000 people. So that's really a good sign for AEW. Now, can you hold on to that till next week as well, or keep it above 600,000 next week? I think it's a win if they can keep the rating above 605 next week. That's a big win, I believe. If they keep it around this or even go higher, I mean, then that's an astronomical win if that happens, but I don't think it will. I think they'll go back to maybe 605, 610,000 next week, but maybe not. Maybe they'll jump up and they'll hold on to some viewers again. That'd be really cool for AEW. That might happen. But AEW up 610,000 28,000 or so viewers this week. NXT, I think the NXT ratings are in too. Let me pull them up. I'm not sure if we do have them yet, but I think we do because it was the 11th. So, yes. Okay, so NXT drew their second lowest viewership of the year, dipping below the 700,000 mark for the first show of the month. However, with a strong card coming to NXT Roadblock, Madison Square Garden this past Tuesday, they managed to bounce back, which a lot of people thought they would. So we talked about last week they dropped down, but still beat out AEW by quite a bit. But they did drop down last week. But now they perked back up again, and they did about 732,000 views this week. So they once again beat AEW by about 100,000 people. They always seemingly... NXT, whatever AEW does, you can almost predict that NXT is going to beat them by about 80 to 100,000 every time. It's very bizarre. But yeah, AEW climbs back up to 628. Well, NXT climbs back up as well, 732. Not hitting that 800,000 that they had hit a couple weeks in a row or off and on. And I'm actually surprised it's a little bit lower because with the Hardy Boys and some of the other stuff that they had planned and advertised and it being this special roadblock, I would have honestly predicted 815,000 people. That's what I would have predicted. But I would have been wrong because it wasn't even close. They did go up. Viewership did go up. It's a good number, but it's not, exactly what you would expect. So I am a little bit surprised by that. But diving over into the members chat, let's just take a look. Luis Urdaneta, 632,000, AEW, NXT, 732. Yeah, pretty much what it was. I know you members want the dirt. Kurtman, what's up, man? I want to make sure everybody gets on the screen here if you're a member, obviously. I know you members want the dirt. What kind of dirt do we have to give the members here today? By the way, we have a record number of members. If anybody wants to become a member, I pinned it to the top of the chat, and then you guys can chat too. But either way, you can also donate using the donation link as always. The donation link is in the chat if you want to check that out. Thank you. Most days this show's awesome. Now it's even better when Drunk Rojas and Dork. Drunk Dork, yeah. Well, I mean, Dork started out sober the other night, quite honestly. Dork started out very sober the other night, and that was great. So I think, he was entertaining when he became like a buffoon drunk moron. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But I mean, yeah, but the thing with Dork is you got to be careful. When Dork starts to get drunk, it's really funny. But then when Dork gets too drunk, that's when his dick almost comes out. You know what I mean? And that's when you can get your YouTube channel taken away. So, or unless you're Sean's view, and that's okay, I guess, to show it to kids. But yeah, you got to be careful because Dork Knight's pecker will come out, and then he'll start saying crazy stuff. And then you got to be careful with Luke Rojas too. Rojas is great, but at one point when he hits the wall, that's when Rojas just talks about killing your family and kids, and then he starts saying the N-word and all kinds of stuff. So, they've got their threshold, When they're not drunk, they're entertaining. When they start to get buzzed, they're really entertaining. And then when they get a little too drunk, they're very entertaining. But then when they get to obliterated mode, that's when they become racist sexual predators. And that's when that doesn't work too well on YouTube. So that's where you got to be careful and sort of divide the line, know where that line is before you get canceled or in trouble or something wildly stupid happens. I definitely want to thank everybody for all the support this week. Because of all you guys' support and all the donations and everything like that, I do want to let you know it does go to a good place. I was able to pay my mortgage barely, although I paid it early and now I'm negative $300 in the bank, but that's okay. I'm going to get paid a little bit of money tomorrow, not a lot, but enough to go positive again. So that's good news. I would not have been able to do that without you guys. So, hey, man, I just got to say thank you to everybody who supports the show and is part of the show, I would be in some big shit without you guys. And I know that I'm negative 300 in the bank, but that's only because I paid it early and I wanted to make sure it got in there. And it's fine. It will go in tomorrow. It won't. I don't think I'll get it. I might get an overdraft. I don't know. It's like, why do they do that, though? Why do they charge you an overdraft? You go negative in the bank. You have, not only do you not have money, you have less than no money. And so then they're going to charge you a fee. It's like, hey, let's charge you a fee for having less than no money. What the fuck? Makes no sense. But anyway, so thank you guys for that. I appreciate that. Everybody that's listening, even though a lot of you guys who aren't members, if you're not able to chat, I am very sorry about that. I know that sucks, but I made this video available to everyone too, so you could still hear it and see it and everything. Certainly you can donate and say things, obviously, but I got to give the members some love, so we got the members only chat up right now. I'll be back again, so don't worry. I'll be live tomorrow and maybe even later tonight. And throughout, obviously monetize this weekend, obviously, but we had to give something to the members here who have been great. We have a record amount of members right now, so thank you guys for that. But yeah, I couldn't do it without you guys, so I appreciate it. And all the people that have been becoming members, you get bonus content, you get bonus stuff for sure. And you're on Patreon too. A lot of people are both on Patreon and members. That's crazy. Some people are on Patreon and members and they donate. That's even crazier. So that's fucking nuts. Nobody has I met with a brand the other day that was going to do something. I don't know if we're going to move forward with any kind of promotion. I'm not sure. But they were asking me about the audience, and I was like, you don't understand. Like, this dedicated fucking people, if I, tell them to go somewhere, they'll go there. These people are great. They're the Illuminati, by the way. So it's going to be wonderful. We're going to join up with the Illuminati, and listen, some of us are going to have to castrate our peckers, but other than that, I think it's going to be a really good time, and you guys are going to enjoy it. I mean, I know I'm going to. If you smell what oh shit! Hollywood is cooking, it's cooking babies. Adrenochrome, brandy and Cody, your mix baby will do. So give me the it's Gerald Armstrong. The Rock wants your soul, then the Rock wants your There's a blood moon tonight, by the way. So, then the Rock.
Hey Joe, sending you a dono from Scotland. Leave on Saturday. Are you sure you don't want something? I could get you some papers for Leah.
Oh yeah, bro. Listen, if you want to get me something and you happen to go in a place, yeah, of course. You can get me something, bro. I mean, I just don't want to, you don't have to get me anything, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't have to get me anything. It's okay. But, if I were to get anything from Scotland, I'd probably give it to Leah because she'd love it. My wife loves books and history and newspapers and castles, and my wife is like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. She loves books and bookshelves, and she's very like that. So like a local paper, she loves that sort of thing. So yeah, if you come across something like that, bro, that'd be kind of cool to have that. But yeah, I just don't want to. You don't have to go out of your way for anything, of course. If you just see something, I mean, I'll take it. That'd be cool. But yeah. Yeah, I love things. It's weird. I love the weirdest things. I love them. I still have everything that anybody ever sent me in my P.O. box. People sent me Red Sox jackets. People sent me like shoes. People sent me CDs and DVDs and cards and notes. And I had a guy send me a cigar once. And I have it all. And I kind of have it in this like kind of like notebook or whatever. I don't know what you call it, a collector's thing. And then I've got a little box with all the stuff in it. And even though I don't have a P.O. box anymore, and I don't, people don't send me stuff anymore, or I don't even have people send me stuff anymore. But when I did, I have almost, I want to say I almost have everything that I ever got because it's really cool. And the stuff came from all over the country, all over the world. Stuff from just multiple other countries, England, Ireland, Canada, America, all over, India, Japan, and Australia. We had stuff from Australia, just lots of stuff. New Zealand, and so I have that stuff still. I gotta remember where I put it though. I did put it somewhere, and now I'm trying to remember where it is. But I have a lot of it. So, but yeah, it's been a long time since I think the last time I received something from somebody was I want to probably Sith Negan, send me some cool stuff or something. But anyway, let me go through the Gerald Armstrong, man. Thank you, dude. He dropped a donation on the members stream. That is fire. Thank you so much, bro. Thank God. Gerald Armstrong, I appreciate that so much, man. That's crazy. We got $10 during the members stream. Yeah, so I wanted to take the kids out to the store today, but I couldn't because the overdraft thing happened today. So here I am. We're live. I felt like a bad dad. I can take them tomorrow. I'm gonna take them tomorrow because I'll get a little bit of money tomorrow. So I'll have and probably shouldn't take them and probably shouldn't go anywhere. But you gotta pretend like you have money as a dad. You just pretend like, yeah, we're fine. Everything's okay, guys. But yeah, I'm gonna take them tomorrow. There's a new Pokemon thing out. Although I heard they're expensive though, so I was gonna spend $30, but I heard that it's these new Pokemon cards are expensive or it's different or something. I don't know. So I have to maybe look into that. But anyway, I'm looking forward to going out and doing that tomorrow. I wanted to do that today. And if I went, I was going to take some video for you guys because there's a lot of you fuckers out there that are into this otaku and fucking whatever the hell, all this anime shit. And I'm not really an anime person, and I'm older, which doesn't mean anything. There's people my age that are into it, but I'm just saying I never got into it. And a lot of people my age, I feel like, are less into it. But people in their 30s and below are they're all super into it. Even my wife knows a little bit about it, but she doesn't get super into it either. But tons of people I know are into it, and my oldest son is into it, and I know a lot of you guys are. So I don't know. I was going to take some pictures and videos inside the place, but because there's a couple of different places actually that we might go to, but but I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll do that tomorrow now. So I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll take some photos. See if they have any wrestling shit. There's multiple card stores. There's several card stores, and then there's a really throwback type of store with tons of 80s and 70s and shit like that. But then the other two are more traditional, collectible, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon type of places. But one place has a ton of the games, the tabletop games. They've got a load of it. But this one other place is just loaded with old school memorabilia stuff. So that's kind of the one that I'm looking forward to. Let's see. Luis Urdaneta says 732,000 is still a good number. No, that's a really good number. It's still really good, for sure. What did Drew Bar say? That's why I can't drink anymore. That was one of Biden's things he wanted to get rid of, but was never talked about. Getting rid of overdraft fees. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think that maybe there should be some kind of penalty potentially. I would trade overdraft fees for a freeze or something. So if you have an emergency situation and you overdraft or whatever, it puts a freeze on stuff, maybe, so that the bank doesn't take the hit. I don't know. Or you get a week or something where it's frozen, or maybe you can pay it back. At the end of the year, they bill you for overdraft fees. Hey, and every time you have an overdraft fee, it's $3 or something, or $5, and then they charge you at the end of the year, or you can pay it whenever. Instead of automatically taking it from you right away, because then that kind of compiles the issue, and so I think that's not fair in a way. Although it's your fault for not managing your budget the right way, really. But, it's also kind of an automatic thing that hurts you. So, yeah, maybe it could be some sort of a bill or whatever, that you could pay. You have you have 60 days or 90 days to pay it before they just charge you or something like that. I don't know. Something like that where it's you're going to get charged, but, there's a little bit of an ease to it. I don't know how Biden would have done that or how they would do it, but that's kind of what I would do. So I'm kind of with I don't know why they didn't do it. Maybe there's a reason I don't know about it. All the membership bombs. Kurtman, you think we're going to get a bomb today on the membership stream? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm pretty amazed that we got a big $10 one from Gerald Armstrong. That's pretty freaking cool. Pretty fired up about that. Somebody can probably beat that, but yeah, I don't know about bombs on the members stream. But anything is possible, Kevin Garnett style. Anything is possible on these streams. It's miracles happen on the Joe Cronin show. I know that. Except for my computer fixing itself. Savage Gamer says, I have not watched an AEW show since the start of it when Triple H took over WWE. Tony lost his touch at booking the show on Wednesday, and Saturday nights they got rid of Rampage. Well, not 100% on everything there that we're meaning, but what I will say is I was excited for Collision when Kevin Kelly was on commentary, and when they got rid of Kevin Kelly on commentary, I checked out immediately, almost. I think the CM Punk being around was interesting for a second, and then obviously that went to hell, so that was gone. And then Kevin Kelly leaving on commentary, those are 2 strikes. Maybe 3 strikes, you're out. I don't know. So I bailed on Collision a while ago because number 1, CM Punk, and number 2, Kevin Kelly. Because of those reasons, I was like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Let's continue to read, man. It's a members chat, members only chat. You guys can anybody can watch this stream, though. It's not members only stream, it's members only chat. Anybody can donate if they want, or you can just become a member, either one. We'll take that as well. But that is the history of the show. Middle fingers from Drew Bar. I like it. The flippers have ruined collecting. Yeah. I mean, people have a lot of equity and money now to be able to just gobble stuff up and flip it. At one point, I had this crazy idea that I was going to buy up the marketplace with stuff. So I looked into certain Magic the Gathering cards, and I found, I was trying to find cards that, there's only 5 of them or 3 of them online, and I'm like, well, I'll buy them all, and then I'll reset the price on the market. But it never worked out. Every time I bought them and listed stuff, somebody else would list one, and I was like, oh. And I couldn't do it, but I was trying to be a scumbag myself. Like, hey, let me buy these 3. One time there wasn't a lot of Mutavaults on MTG, and I was like, let me buy all these Mutavaults. There's 15 of them. I'm going to buy all of them, $500, and then I'm going to relist them and make $2,000, type of thing. But every time I listed one, someone else somewhere really listed theirs. And then before you knew it, there was 8 more, and I would have had to keep buying them. And I was like, oh, man, I fucked up, and I lost money. This was years and years ago. But, that's how fucking stupid and lazy and weird I was trying to be. I was like, I'll saturate. I'll be the only one in the market. I'll buy all the competition, and then I'll name my price. Everybody else was already doing it, and it was very difficult. But, yeah, a lot of people flipping and sucking and just, terrible shit. Louis Urdaneta says, I'm 57. I love anime. Yeah, well, no, there's nothing wrong with loving anime. There's nothing wrong with loving anime. Anime is great. I just don't get into it. That's yet, Although, I did I did like Attack on Titan. I did get into that. And I did like Attack on Titan. And I also did read Death Note. A long time ago I read Death Note. Well, that's more manga, or what is it? Manga or whatever? That's more manga, whatever you call it. But, I mean, that's not really anime, but, I mean, it is, but it's not. So the closest thing to that sort of stuff was reading Death Note. And I read it years ago, actually, a long time ago. And then watching Attack on Titan, I guess, is the... and I liked Attack on Titan. And my wife watched it. My son loves Attack on Titan, and my wife really likes it. So I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. You guys are both watching it. It's something I can watch too, I guess. And I liked it, so I thought it was a good show. I don't know how much you're missing with the whole translation of everything, but it appears the window. Okay, yeah, okay. I just want to make sure my window's working right. It's being all goofy. Okay. So yeah, I like that. Luis Urdaneta, Gold Standard is here. What's up, Gold Standard? The new anime. What's that? What's that? It's the Ryback rap. What's that? Let me just scroll through a few other news stories real quick while we as we kind of cruise towards the ending part of the members only stream. What do we at? Let's see. We got the ratings out there. We did everybody's chat messages. I'll read the chat again to read the rest of anybody's messages, questions, comments, topics, whatever. I'll read the chat in a minute. We're 30 minutes in, so yeah, we've gone about where we want to go, but I'm going to read some more news because there's some more news out there. And I'm just going to kind of rapid fire on it. So I went to WrestleZone and take a look at what they got going on. Drew McIntyre teases big things on the horizon following recent talk with The Rock. So I don't know what that means. I don't know why they would say that. I don't know if that means like, Drew McIntyre's like, I'm not happy with my situation. Oh, I talked to The Rock, and he's going to square things away. Maybe The Rock said something to Drew like, man, what are they doing to you? And he's like, I don't know. What the fuck, Rock? It should be the fucking... And The Rock was like, I'll talk to Triple H. And The Rock says to Triple H, he's like, bro, man, what the fuck are you guys doing to Drew? So, I don't know, that could be like a real shoot comment where that really happened and there's really something going on. It could be him being in character and just joking around. It could be that he's going to join The Rock and sell his soul for The Rock, which would make sense. People speculated on that with his, kind of downward spiral that he's in, that something like that might happen. But either way, that's an interesting article. I saw some of this earlier and looked into it. So I really can't tell what that exactly means or could mean, but it could mean something. I don't know if it's a work, a shoot, a joke, or if it's like legitimate that this guy went to The Rock and, something's going to go down. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting, man. Saw that earlier and was like, wow, okay. So, and a lot of people got Drew McIntyre losing again at WrestleMania, which, I'm concerned about that. The guy's been fruit rolled up 900 times, but now he's going to face Priest, and they like how Priest doesn't complain and whatever else. But you're really going to give Priest a win? I just really think Drew needs to win, unless they're trying to make Drew lose his mind, so he's got to go. But they've already kind of done this with Drew, where he constantly loses, then he gets angry and he flips out. And I don't like that for a big guy who could be a top dude, could be friggin' He-Man, for Christ's sake. And this top guy is just always having to deal with his shit. Like, I don't know if I like that. Oh, shit. Immune!
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9.
Dropping the 9.
Suck my dick.
What's up, brother?
Well, what you doing, brother? Well, let me tell you something, dude. I'm eating my own mother. No, I'm done. Immune, how you doing, bro? Thank you. Thank you, Immune. $9 coming in. Look at Brock's explosion. Immune coming in with the 9. Thank you, bro. What's going on with you? We're just hanging out. Tomorrow night we'll be live. Saturday night's monetize this.
Duncachino?
Oh, shit.
Don't mind if I do.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole
No
new
money,
kid.
G.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. What up, Joe? Vulcan salute emoji.
Yo, what's going on, my Star Trek buddy? My Star Trek buddy!
Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
Of course. I saw someone the other day that said they really did not like Star Trek 6, and I couldn't believe it. And you know, the points they made against Star Trek 6, I understood and I got it. I kind of got it. But I was shocked that they did not like Star Trek 6. Or they didn't hate it, but they were like, ugh. And I was like, wow, that's like one of my favorites. No Money G, thank you for the $10. My Star Trek buddy. No Money G. Fuck yeah. You know, No Money G is another guy that knows Dork Knight because of the Popcast guys. You guys realize that? We would not have Dork Knight if it wasn't for them and people like No Money G. No Money G, thank you, man. Because he's always got money. It feels like. And he's coming into the members-only stream to get weird. Oh, I can't even reply to it anymore, huh? Wow, that time ran out quick on that $10. They cut the time down on those things?
I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30
Gold
years.
standard.
Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger.
I don't think
at a
that's
wrestling
really
show.
the gold standard.
My husband filed for divorce yesterday. Then he stole my bicycle and Lionel train collection. I'm devastated. I don't want to be alive anymore.
Oh.
My parents blame me for it too. They say I'm a sinner because of my inability to ejaculate with a woman's.
Wow. Are you the same guy that sends me messages that Gold Standard is a traitor and no longer supports the show, and why do you have him as a mod? That's got to be the same guy that hates Gold Standard. I don't know. He rages on Gold Standard. If that's the same guy, I'm not sure. But I'm assuming it is. Priest is good at the roll-up. Yes, he is. Priest is... it's like I like Priest, but I don't get excited about him at all in a match. And so to have him in a match with a guy that I think has been exciting, it irritates me because it means to me that there's going to be no excitement in that match when I usually am excited by the guy that he's in the match with. So, I don't know. One of my rooms, it's Dragon Ball Z and Naruto. That's awesome, Luis Ordoneta. I really don't know that much about Naruto at all, except I hear the name Naruto. Dragon Ball Z I kind of know because of my son and Rojas. And, you know, over the years I've known about Dragon Ball Z, but I just never got into it. But people love it. It's like My Ninja Turtles, you know, like My Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters and, you know, shit like that. That's what I like. Or liked. I don't really watch cartoons anymore. I did watch the Lower Decks show, the Star Trek Lower Decks, and I like Lower Decks. That was really good. I thought it was really good. I don't consider it real because it's a cartoon, but I liked it. You know, I like The Simpsons and South Park and Family Guy and stuff like that, but I don't really watch it a lot. Once in a while usually when I watch cartoons, I watch 1 to 3 episodes and that's it. That's usually how I deal with cartoons. It's the same way I deal with the Three Stooges now. It's like I love the Three Stooges, but I now no longer want to binge watch the Three Stooges. I'm like, you know what? Oh, man, I haven't watched the Three Stooges in a while. And I'll throw on 1 or 2 or 3 episodes. Usually I'll throw on an episode I really want to see, and then I'll just be like, let me watch a couple random other ones. But by the 3rd or 4th one, I'm like, oh, okay. I've had about enough of this. You know, what's the matter with you? It's like, all right, I'm done. You know, but I like them, and I like it. It's just I can't watch more than 2, 3, 4 episodes of it. I mean, I could, but I don't really want to. On Netflix lately has been crazy with the anime, I guess. Scott Steiner's trashed Hogan. Yeah, I put out a short on Scott Steiner trashing Hogan. I put out quite a lot of shorts actually recently, and been some interesting stuff on the shorts. And man, some of the reels on Facebook I put out have done really well. I gained 100 Facebook friends on my Joe Cronin Show channel the other day. I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit, we passed the 4,000 mark on Facebook, which is, we had been stuck at 3,990 for I don't know, years. We were at 3,000 909, 920, then 30 and 50, and like over the years barely inching up. And now it's like, oh, now there's a ton of them. But I did put out quite a few videos of shorts. Let me see if I can find... where's the one... Oh, yeah, here's the Scott Steiner one, because that's the crazy one. The Don't Turn 40 one that I made did really well locally with you guys. That's cool. I think JD McDonough... I put this one out on JD McDonough earlier. Let's check that out. After in hindsight, he really brought a lot of eyes to the Netflix show by accident, kind of. Because a lot of people were talking about the Netflix deal, but a lot of people, radio stations, TV outlets, and all kinds of stuff ran stories, after the Netflix debut because of JD McDonough's injury. And so something good came out of it. Luckily, he wasn't like majorly. Yeah, that short has been doing pretty well today. I like that one because, yeah, JD McDonough getting hurt actually helped them a little bit in the press the week after the first debut Netflix deal. So, good for them on that. Did you guys see some of this ladder match? I've got a bunch of these clips where this guy was like, will you call this whole match? So I did, but I also chopped it up into shorts. What an insane ladder match with these guys. I had never seen this match, but holy crap.
This is crazy. He climbed the ladder with a ladder. Oh my God! What the hell? I have never seen.
That was crazy.
What is Hellstorm? Oh, look! Oh my God! Right across the damn head! That was awesome.
Shit's wild.
Crushers! He's just not gonna move again, this man. Let's be honest.
That was wild stuff in that ladder match. I thought that was crazy. Also, let's listen to what Dork Knight said the other day. This was Dork Knight telling me about my privilege or whatever. So, guys, remember this. Enjoy this. This is the face of a KKK member.
Don't show your white Did you leave? What happened?
We're still listening to you.
No,
I know you're not going to say white privilege. I know you're not going to say that.
No, don't play your white privilege card. But you got to give, like, Swerve is the first black man to ever main event at Wembley Stadium.
I'm going to stab you.
This is facts.
He should.
What?
No, I'm just saying, white privilege. Fucking Joe's from Boston. He ain't that white.
All right. First of all, I don't know what that comment meant by Ramon. Joe's from Boston. He ain't that white. I mean, people from Boston are traditionally synonymous with being white and being pale white and Irish white and pasty white. So I don't understand Ramon's comment. He's trying to defend me, but it just doesn't make sense. But I love you, Ramon. Thank you for trying to defend me anyway. But when the Irish came to Boston, they were heavily discriminated against. The Irish were treated maybe worse than some black people at the time. I don't know if I agree with that but they were treated really bad for a while. Coming to Boston, I don't think they were treated worse than black people, but it was the next tier up or whatever you want to call it. But so I don't know what Ramon was saying there, but thank you anyway.
Well, let me first of all, and I'm from the ghettos of Greensboro, North Carolina, so
exactly. None of y'all.
I get pissed off when people say I'm blacker than most fucking black people I know. But whatever.
Wow.
I don't even want to get into
wow,
that
you would be so canceled for that.
First of all, I got 4 kids.
That is the whitest thing he could have said. Ironically, that is the whitest thing he could have said.
I got 4 kids with 3 different women.
And none of them are black. None of them are black. And now, not only are none of those kids black, they're with white women, by the way. So you're basically trying to say that you're like a black guy because you're an irresponsible dad. So there's another insult to black people. So that's the second insult to black people. And then the third insult is that he hasn't even had a child with a black woman. Unbelievable. Yeah, you notice? You ever notice that, Dork? I thought you love all black women.
Don't show your white privilege.
What a bizarre. Anybody coming across that short that doesn't know the show is like, what the fuck is this? Like, they have got to be blown away. Anyway, the whole reason we're looking at these shorts is so I could show you the Scott Steiner one. and you might have seen this already, but here it is anyway.
All was made by Hulk Hogan to have me get beat. It pissed me off, but you can overcome wins and losses.
Why do you think he did that?
He's a mother.
Why are you wearing that jacket is what I would have asked him.
He's a piece of shit. I mean, all this stuff that came out with him, racist comments. Now, you would never found that out if it wasn't recorded behind, closed doors. So I think a lot of people realize, the perception that WWE or WCW wanted of Hulk Hogan was not really him. He tried to put me in jail, so, I was facing serious time.
For what?
And there was this platinum blonde that was looking at me. Like, sure, I went up to her and said, "Are you Hulk Hogan's wife?" I was going to slap the shit out of him. Well, she had called, I said that and I grabbed it was nobody heard me. Hogan, he came to the airport and then he called the San Jose Police Department to say I slapped her, threatened to kill him. The call was made by Hogan.
That's wild. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's the bigger liar, Scott or Hulk Hogan. Anyway, one more short, and then we'll get to we'll get to the chat. We're gonna read the chat again. Read the members' chat here from you guys in just a second. The other day I made a video at my own expense. I think it's funny. It did pretty well on the shorts. Not great, but it did all right. I probably should have brushed my hair better to make it more funny, but many of you have seen this already. But
hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Whoa. Hey, well, yeah, what's up? Who are you? I'm your future self. You should probably just, kill yourself. What are you talking about? I just bought a house. Everything's, awesome. Hey, what's up, man?
Bro, that is the most disturbing thing ever. I don't know why that kills me. Oh my God. I didn't even know what I was doing when I was making that. I had no clue where I was going with that. And then I decided, well, I'll just, maybe if I just put my head down, I'll show that I'm bald or something. And then I made a couple of jokes, and the jokes weren't really that great. And the funniest thing ended up being me just dropping my head down. And so I went with that. Anyway, trying to make... I can't believe that I've lost that much hair. I had hair there 5 years ago. It's crazy. I remember at 35 years old, somebody was like... It was somebody on the show, too. Somebody was like, wow, dude, you really have a lot of your hair. I'm like, no, but I'm thinning up here. It's looking weird right here. And they're like, yeah, but if you still have it by 35, you usually keep it. It looks pretty damn good. I wish my hair was like that. I'm like, yeah. I was talking to a guy who lost his hair at 27, and I'm like, yeah, I guess so, yeah, And then,
I've been going to
5 years
shows
later,
for over 30 years. Never
it's all gone.
In all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security,
White
my safety,
power.
my life was in danger
Oh my God.
at a wrestling show.
Me and Dork Knight hate dirty people. That's why we pretend to love niggers.
Oh.
That way niggers think we're cool and defensive of them, but in reality, we, the whites, know that niggers are too stupid to care for themselves. White power. White power.
What's a migger? That's weird. White, is that like a McDonald's sandwich or something like that? Or like a MIG-TIG welder or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, it's kind of weird. But hey, thanks for the money. I appreciate that. I can take my kids to the Pokemon store now. I met Shane in Vegas when PS3 ended. There was supposed to be a big PS3 watch party in a movie theater, but Paramount found out. Oh, when Picard Season 3 ended. Okay. I met Shane in Vegas when... I just talked to Shane yesterday, actually. There was supposed to be a Picard Season 3 watch party in a movie theater, but Paramount found out and said no. Terry Metalis was supposed to be there, too. Oh, my God. Wow. They probably weren't happy with Terry Metalis. I'm trying to... oh, man, I really can't tell you. I can't... There's something I want to tell you, but I can't tell you. Fuck. That's the worst when you say that and then you can't tell people. Well, I'll just say this. Terry Metalis was very involved with a lot of people and trusting. Terry Metalis was really good and trusting and really cool with all of us. And I wasn't even really involved. I was like somebody on the outside. I just happened to, I said something on Twitter one day, and I happened to say something in the podcast, and Terry Metalis was nice enough to reach out. And Terry has been awesome to me ever since. He sent me the Star Trek album. He sent me the other stuff. Terry is awesome. He said hi to me the other day randomly when he's just a nice guy. I love Terry. And I think it's amazing that I was able to speak with the guy that made that show because we loved it. And that's all I can really say. But yeah, that's all I can say. But I just know that Terry is not a corporate kind of guy. He is a little bit, and he knows he has to, do certain things the right way. But he also is not afraid to kind of like be a little bit rogue and be a little bit, I don't know, like Wild Westy. He's not a guy who's fully controlled, but he does have to be careful with certain things and can't do everything. So I'm sure once Paramount shut that down, he was like, oh, I can't go now, But that would have been cool. That sucks. That sucks. That's too bad. They had their own thing going on and, whatever else. But all I can say is that Terry Metalis is a very nice, awesome dude. Brilliant writing team that he's put together. And on top of that, he was really, really nice to a lot of people. But also just a very trusting guy, And then something actually happened during Picard season 3 that was kind of crazy, and it ended up being somebody got in trouble for something. That's all I can say, and I don't know who ended up getting in trouble for it, but somebody got in trouble for something, and it was pretty seriously big, and it was pretty crazy because we were all talking about it behind the scenes, like holy shit, like this is a crazy thing that happened, and yeah, everybody was really concerned about it because like holy shit, this is a big deal. But it turns out that it was something that came from somewhere else, and it was a different situation. And but it was, for a while, people were like really worried about season 3. I'll just say, as far as leaks go, like there was a huge leak, and it didn't come from anybody who had anybody that we know. Apparently it came from Paramount's mailers or something, or somebody that was on their list that they were sending it out to or something. Somebody did something bad somewhere, and that was pretty crazy. And they got a little crazy at that point, Paramount, I think, paranoid about things, and they shut down a lot of fan things after that, I think. And I think it was because of that situation. So that was pretty crazy. But Terry Metalis, through the whole thing, through all of it, through everything from the beginning to the end, was so cool. Really cool. Hopefully someday I'll get to meet him in person. I'll get to say hi to him. Because he made our fucking... Oh my God, was that fun watching Picard Season 3. I've been a big Dragon Ball Z fan for a long time. I feel like I got to watch this show because so many people that I know that I'm friends with love Dragon Ball Z. And I'm like, maybe I should be watching this. I've been a big Dragon Ball Z fan for a long time. My brother and I watched the series in Japanese on VHS before it aired on TV. We bought the tapes at a flea market. Wow. So, Spectral Citizen, when did Dragon Ball Z come out in Japan? Was it 1994 or 1996? Enlighten me on that. When did Dragon Ball Z come out in Japan? So you must have had tapes from like 1994, 5, 6, or 7 or something. Because I don't think it came out in America until... When did Dragon Ball Z come out in the U.S.? 1999 or something? I don't really know. But... Oh, you met Shane in Vegas, though. That's cool. They seem like pretty cool guys. I mean, I've gotten along with them immediately when I... It's weird because Shane sent me a message the other day about doing a show, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do it or whatever, and just let me know or whatever. And so I guess he's going to. I don't know. That was about it. So I'm sure I will talk to them in a little bit. So I think I'm going to be. I'll probably be on their channel. I think it's their political channel, though. I'm not sure if it's their movie channel or their political channel. But either way, I'll be on either one. It doesn't matter. Dragon Ball Z is great. What up, Drew Bar? Oh shit! Did I get all the donations? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, we got it. We got White Power, Gold Standard, No Money G, and Immune, and Gerald Armstrong. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the donos. Dragon Ball Z is the greatest anime ever. Damn. I'm sports guys. James Jones. What's up, James Jones? Yeah, I bang women. I'm sorry. That's usually what I say to like to Rojas. Rojas is like, well, Joe, in Dragon Ball Z, what happens is this, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. I bang women. I don't know. But I'm just joking. I mean, I watch fucking Star Trek, dude. You know, I'm joking. I just haven't. You know, it's one of those things where I haven't put the time aside to actually watch it. But I feel like I should watch Dragon Ball Z. You know what? If I watch Dragon Ball Z, I should start a channel where I watch Dragon Ball Z and I react to it, because I keep seeing all these channels that blow up from people who are like, first time ever watching, or like, you know, somebody launched a Star Trek channel. They'd never seen Star Trek, but they watched the first series, the first couple episodes, and they ended up being really interested in it. So they launched a Star Trek channel on YouTube with a couple of buddies, and they started watching all the episodes. And one of the guys knows a bit about Star Trek, and he kind of watched it back in the day but doesn't remember almost anything. And the other two guys know nothing, right? So they just review it like, here's our first thoughts. And there is a massive community of people that enjoy watching people's first reactions, but I enjoy it when it's authentic. And a lot of people, I feel like it's not real. Like people like first time watching fucking whatever, and I'm like, you're like 40 years old. This is your first time seeing this? I don't believe that. And maybe I'd believe that about a couple of things, but I certainly don't believe it about every movie ever from the 90s. You know what I mean? This person has like 300 movies from the 90s, like first time watching Armageddon, first time watching Independence Day, first time watching Clueless. It's like, no, the fuck it's not. I don't believe you. You're just trying to make money off of people. I don't believe this. But these guys that I'm watching now with Star Trek, they're both 28 years old. So I believe that they have not seen Star Trek The Next Generation, the original series Voyager, and all that shit. And they're like, yeah, I remember it being kind of on when I was a kid, but didn't really watch it. I was a Star Wars person. I was a whatever person. And they just weren't into it. And so they're watching it for the first time, and I find it intriguing and fascinating to watch them. And it's fun to hear their review when it's their first time watching it. So maybe I should launch a Dragon Ball Z channel, or a channel where I've never watched stuff and watch things that I've never watched. Because if I do that, maybe then it'll be worth it to do it, right? Because a lot of the reason I don't want to do it is because as a 40-year-old dad of 3 who has 2 different jobs, and maybe 3, I need to make money, and I need to justify what I'm doing, and I can't justify being like, let me just watch Dragon Ball Z for the first, because I have whatever. Like, no, everything I do has to revolve around everything I do has to revolve around making some kind of income, because I need to take care of my family, and I'm not doing the best job of that right now. So, not doing a great job of it right now. Although I am, but I feel like I'm not. But so I there's no way I can watch Dragon Ball Z. But if I launched a channel about Dragon Ball Z or about movies I haven't seen, maybe I could launch it on my Evil Spectrum gaming channel or something like that. And I don't know if it'd be a better idea to create a brand new channel or to just put it over there. But creating a brand new channel, the channel would not be monetized then. It would take at least 6 months to get monetized. So maybe it would be better to just put it on Evil Spectrum 3 and just make sure I do only that. I don't know. I'll think about it. Guys. Star Trek makes you think. Well, it used to make you think. Now it makes you want to kill yourself. But it used to make you think. Yeah, Star Trek used to be awesome. Star Trek used to be about awesome ideas, getting out of crazy situations, people working together, fun science shit, cool space battles. Just, I love Star Trek. But Star Trek now is like action schlock, shit, woke, dumb. Like, that's all I can think about now. Star Trek now is dumb, action, stupid. Where Star Trek used to be fun. Used to be smart. God damn, Star Trek used to be so good. It's amazing how good Star Trek was. I had a friend who didn't watch Star Trek originally because he thought it was boring. He was like, oh, it looks boring. I don't know. He called it The Library in Space. But then he started watching it, and then he was like, all right, now I like it. So I get it. When you first, can't get into something, Clueless. What's up, James Jones? Yeah, I'm clueless, bro. Like, what the fuck? Dragon Ball. I never watched it. I'll have to watch it sometime. I swear, I think I should do that. I think I should launch a thing where I watch Dragon Ball Z. It ended in Japan in 1997, says Spectral Citizen. Okay, so I was pretty close. I was pretty spot on, right? I'm a sports guy. Ghost from the Coast is here. Louis Urdaneta, South Park I watch most of the time. Just sports and women. DNZ is epic. What's DNZ? Dicks, nuts, and zebras? I hate those people. Yeah, exactly. See, you know what I'm talking about. Never watched Stargate? Come on, Ghost. You got to watch Star Trek. Have you watched Star Wars? What are those? You telling me to wash them or you wash them? Oh, what was it? I was going to ask you something. Damn it. What was it I was going to ask Leah? Does anybody remember? Because she just walked down here. Damn it. Can't remember now. Damn it. What was it? I don't know. I can't remember now. Star Trek was great. I even liked the Orville. Yeah, I like the Orville. The Orville's great. The Orville is like Star Trek. I mean, the Orville is a lot of the ideas in the Orville, even though it's more of a comedy. A lot of the ideas in the Orville were ideas that Seth Rogen or whatever, Seth Meyers, not Seth Rogen, Seth Meyers, Seth Green. What the fuck is his name? From the Orville, the Family Guy guy. It's not Seth Green. It's Seth Meyers. No, that's the stupid Saturday Night Live guy. What's his name? MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane. A lot of the Seth MacFarlane stuff was stuff that he was writing because he wanted to do a Star Trek show. So he pitched it to CBS, and they denied him. So they denied him, and then they brought in the guy from Deep Space Nine, and then a quarter of the way through writing the season, they fired him, and then they brought on these weird woke fuckers, and then they just destroyed everything. You going now? Oh, I guess it's McFarlane. Thank you. Is he still hungry? All right, I'm coming up in a minute. I'll make it. Star Trek was great. I even like the Orville. I love the Orville. I really do. Especially, dude, some of those early episodes, like the episode where they go to the planet and everybody on the planet has a like and upvote system. And the guy, what is he, like humping a statue? He pisses on a statue or humps a statue or something. And then the video, someone takes a picture of it and it goes viral around the whole world of the alien planet. And everybody's like, oh my God. And he desecrated the famous statue of Kurgan or whatever. And he's like, well, I didn't do anything. I didn't know, like, I what the hell? I think it was like he was humping it or something or dancing. And people's perception was that he was disrespecting the statue. So then everybody was like downvoting him. And he got like hundreds of millions of downvotes. And I guess when you get like hundreds of thousands of downvotes on your personal person, you can get like, suspended from being able to go out in society. But he got so low that it was at the point of where they like kill you. So it's like, oh shit, people have decided, you need to die. And so they grab you, round you up, and kill you. And it was such an Orwellian, fucked up thing, but we're seeing it in real life now. It also was a Black Mirror episode, I think, or whatever. I think it was Black Mirror did an episode like that too. And they both came out around the same time, by the way. Weirdly enough. That episode of The Orville is unbelievable. But these are all things that Seth MacFarlane had planned for Star Trek, but then they told him, nah, we're good. And that's crazy fucked up wrong because this guy knew Star Trek. It would have been so good. Unfortunately, and Terry Matalas did a really good job with Star Trek recently. And Ronald D. Moore has recently expressed, hey, man, I'd come back to Star Trek. I think I'd do a little Star Trek. So they could always reach out to Ronald D. Moore to write a couple of scripts, too, or to oversee some Star Trek. And, I mean, he's got such success with, that other space show on Apple, Outlander, and just there's a bunch of other stuff he does. And he said he's willing to write some Star Trek. So, like, my God, they should reach out to that guy. For All Mankind, I think, is his other show. So For All Mankind, that's on Apple. And Outlander's on Paramount or Amazon. Maybe both. I'm not sure. But I know Outlander's more of an adaptation from a story that's already been written. But I think For All Mankind might be an in-house writing team. I don't remember. But Spectral Citizen, thank you, bro. And Kurtman, No Money G, you sick bastard. And everybody else for being here. Unless anybody else has anything else they want to say, spew it out now if you're a member. Donate it if you're not a member, but you want to say something and you want to donate. Donate it now. Or become a member. I don't know. A lot of times I do these so we get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 signups or something like that. There's the donation link. But I don't know if we got any members today. I don't know if anybody signed up to be a member today. But we do have a lot of members, so we could be just maxed out. But yeah, we appreciate you guys being members here. And there's the donation link, and I'll stay for another minute or two. And then I'm going to go make my kid a cheeseburger because he wanted a cheeseburger and I forgot. No Money G says, no, they want people who said they never watched it and don't like it. Don't like making it. Yeah, it's weird. They only want to hire people that don't like Star Trek, which is weird because back in the day, they kind of did that too for a while. Back in the day, they were like, no, we want people that never seen Star Trek. But then they kind of fell back into, no, we want people that know Star Trek, right? When they were accepting all those outside scripts and spec scripts and all those things, they were hoping people knew Star Trek so they didn't have to sit there and explain why the story can't work. Oh, you wrote a really good script and this is really cool, but it's not going to work for Star Trek because here's why. They wanted people that understood Star Trek basically so they could have minimal adjustments on the scripts, right? Like, oh, okay, you basically nailed everything. We do have to change this and that because of Star Trek and protocol and this sort of technical thing, and we'll move this around, but story's great. All right, let's go with that. And they wanted those people that kind of knew it so they didn't have to spend time, teaching you and training you about the lore and backstory of Star Trek. But, they kind of caved on that back in the day. But nowadays, they still haven't caved on that. It's seemingly they keep bringing people on that don't know anything. And it's really detrimental. It's really bad. They keep trying to make Star Trek like everything else. Let's do Star Trek, but it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's do Star Trek, but it's the Fast and the Furious. Let's do Star Trek, but it's the Hunger Games. Let's do Star Trek, but it's Game of Thrones. Let's do It's like, stop doing that. Star Trek is Star Trek, you fucking idiots. And that's what they don't understand. That'd be like Game of Thrones being like, let's do Game of Thrones, but like Star Trek. What? Let's do Game of Thrones, but, kind of like Stranger Things. What? Let's do Stranger Things, but kind of like, Mad Men. It doesn't make any sense when you put it in any other context, but for some reason, Star Trek constantly does that. It's fucking dumb. And we all know it's dumb, but they don't know it's dumb? I don't know. But they would be a hell of a lot richer if they knew it was dumb. And they'd hired people that know what they're doing. I've written like 5 Star Trek scripts already in the past year. I just write them and I leave them on my computer. Just for fun. Ideas, scripts, they're here. But can't send them anywhere. No one's going to ever take them. And there's no Star Trek anyway right now. So what am I going to do with it? Nothing. Just, I read it. And I go, yeah, I wish they did that. It's weird. Yeah, Picard's terrible, Louis Urdaneta. Picard Season 3 is great. I love Picard Season 3. We all agree. Oh, I mean, me and No Money G agree. Like, Picard Season 3, I fucking loved it. And I had to beg my wife. Do you guys remember this? I had to beg my wife to watch season 3 of Picard. In fact, I think people donated to her, right? People donated to my wife that night. It was 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, something like that. People donated to my wife, and I bought her the book she wanted, right, with the money. And she agreed to watch Picard season 3. And I was like, and she was like, I'm never watching that after season 1. My wife watched the first 3 episodes of season 1 of Picard, and she was like, I can't fucking watch this anymore, and she walked away. I watched the rest of it and tortured myself. And then Picard season 2 was even worse. And but Picard season 3 saved the day. Picard season 3 is like a TNG movie if it were like had a bit of the old school movies wrapped into it, if that makes any sense. Like if you took a little bit of the Wrath of Khan and the original series movies tone, and then you mixed it with like the better of the Star Trek TNG movies, and then you released it as a 10-part series, to me, that's what Star Trek Picard Season 3 is. It's not quite the TV show. It's not good enough to be the TV show or the good Star Trek TV shows, but it's good enough to be a movie, you know. So I'm very happy with it. You know, even if it's a 7 or 6 out of 10, it feels like a 10 because of how bad Picard season 1 and 2 were. Ugh. And you really don't need to watch season 1 and 2 of Picard to watch season 3 because it's not really the same thing at all. You just have to know 1 or 2 key things, and that's about it. Thank God. I just pretend Picard season 1 and 2 didn't happen. The only thing is, in season 1, I do like the opening scene. I love the opening scene with Data and Picard playing poker, and then it's a dream or whatever. I love that scene. I was like, oh, this is going to be good. I remember I saw that scene, and I was like, wow, man, this might be really good. And then it wasn't. And I was like, oh, no. And the other thing is you get to see real Data. That's the thing that I love. I'm wearing my Data shirt now, but you get to see real Data. You know what I mean? You see all these other iterations of him and Dr. Soong and all these other things later on and the other Picard seasons and stuff, but true Data is actually in Picard season 1. He's at the end of it. He's at the beginning of it. And every scene with Data is really cool because it's really Data. And I love that. But they're dream sequences and things like that, but the science of the show makes no sense. It's ridiculous and it's terrible. But season 3 is nice. Anyway, get those likes up, sure. Picard season 1 and 2 are awful garbage. Season 3 was its own thing. Exactly. I watch all Star Trek movies, every single one. Oh, I read that already. Louis Urdaneta, you're not wrong, brother. Wormhole of endless content. Yeah. All right, guys. I will catch you later. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all the members for being members. And thank you to the crazy bastards who donated during the members-only stream, like White Power Gold Standard, No Money G, Immune, Gerald Armstrong. I might be back later. I don't know. I'm going to guess not. Maybe I'll take some time. I need to do some work on some things. But I might be back. And if not, I'll be on tomorrow night, and then I'll be on Saturday night for Monetize This, episode 496. Is it 496? 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, it's 496. Shit, crazy. Episode 496 tomorrow night. I look forward to it. Or on Saturday night, rather. My son just told me we're out of milk. Shit. All right, everybody. I'll see you later. Hey, thanks for being here. Really, really very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, No Money G. Good to see you, bro. I'm making a Star Trek video. I just don't know what I want to do yet on it. My other channel for the Star Trek people, it's Star Trek Late Night. Star Trek Late Night on YouTube if you want to sub it. That's it. I'm out of here. Goodbye.